What's up, YouTube? Hey guys, I am coming to you today from the rooftop of the building that I live in. A little bit of a different scenery than my normal vantage point and backdrop, but hey, it kind of reflects on what I want to talk about today, which is health, wealth, and happiness from the entrepreneur's perspective. And if you're not into this video, like if you don't catch this vibe right now, go ahead and click off. That's totally fine. But I think this speaks deeply to the entrepreneur, deeply to the person that's just getting into business and your success ultimately. And kind of what I just want to just talk about, these thoughts were coming through to me yesterday, the day before, and I said, hey, I need to do a video on this. Ultimately, everything is about balance, right? People say like you gotta have work-life balance and that kind of stuff. You know, I'm not really talking about that exactly. I'm talking about balance between these three things: health, wealth, and your happiness, right? And I think that if you're not where you want to be, okay, or you're just starting something out, you need to check yourself and understand, where am I at with these three elements, right? Health, wealth, and happiness, right? These are the trifecta. These are what make everything go round. Like, this is the pinnacle. It's what you ultimately want. You know, the most successful people have all of these in check, all balanced. Their cups are completely filled in each of these categories, right? Their health is on par, their wealth is on par, and ultimately they're happy because of it, right? And so they all balance each other out as well and complement one another. So where are you at? You know, is your health good, right? I'll call myself out. There's things that I need to do and improve on: physical health, mental health, most definitely. That's always a huge factor. Like if you're struggling with mental health things, identify those really quick and fix them, right? For instance, I'm up here on the rooftop of my building, just chilling, like just hanging out, enjoying like the view and the vantage points, like, right? Breathing the fresh air up here. And that's part of enjoying some mental health, you know, for today, and improving my mental health. On top of that, like, you know, your wealth, right? Your wealth is really created out of this trifecta again. Your wealth is not going to come if your health and your happiness aren't on point. You're not going to be able to be wealthy if you're not healthy. Like, you can't conduct good business, deliver good value. You can't do things properly that are going to get you paid and earn income in the marketplace if you're not healthy, if you're not feeling happy, if you don't have good vibes, right? If your intentions aren't true. Let's put it that way, right? As far as your happiness. And it ultimately, like, happiness, you know, I want to touch on that quickly. Happiness is not like, you know, a destination. You don't ultimately like get there, right? So a psychologist termed this idea one time called destination happiness. And it's like this idea that everyone has, that once I get that car, I'll be happy. Or once I have that house, I'll be so happy. It never works out that way. Like, just in case you were wondering, it does not work out that way. When you reach a certain goal or you obtain something, whatever it is, that's cool. That's great. You should definitely have those goals and get things you want. Like, we only have one life to live. Like, let's live it, you know? But that one car, right? Or that one thing, it's not going to make you happy. That destination happiness concept doesn't exist, right? It's not a real destination. And that's why people always say it's all about the journey. It's not about the destination. And it's so true, because when you get that ultimate house you've always dreamed of, you're going to get really used to that house in a couple of months, if not a year. Like, that house will get old to you. The view will get old to you, right? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I've been up here a ton of times and just enjoying, like, you know, the amazing, like, vantage points and the experience of just being, you know, 40 floors high in the sky. But at the end of the day, like, hey, like, you get used to it, right? You know what I mean? So it's not destination happiness. Your happiness comes from balancing out your health, wealth, and happiness all together. And the ultimate pinnacle of being successful is having that perfection of the balance, right? And like I said earlier, you know, the most successful people have all three of these cups filled completely, and they have it perfectly done. They know exactly what they're doing. They're not perfect. There's no such thing as perfection, just like there's no such thing as ultimate happiness. It's always getting there, right? It's becoming more and more happy with your life and your situation, right? And it's just about checking where you're at, right? Just looking at, like, what's going on in your life. What can you improve upon? What can you do better? What can you make in your life that's going to, improve it for yourself, for other people around you? How can you serve someone else better that will ultimately result back in some happiness for you? Little secret there, like giving pays dividends for you and your happiness and your well-being. And how can you balance those three things out? It really comes down to your health, wealth, and happiness. And I think that as entrepreneurs, a lot of times we focus on business, and the product or service, etc. But like, take a step back, especially if you're just starting, or if you're jaded. You know what I mean? If you're jaded and you're stuck in your business and you're just overthinking everything, or something's not going the right way, what are you feeling inside? Like, what are you internally feeling? Because there's always something, right? There's always something. That's why people meditate, right? So people sit, in the morning and meditate on everything to clear their head. It's kind of what I'm doing up here, right? I'm not really meditating right now, but I'm just kind of relaxing and enjoying this up here. But bottom line is, like, people will clear themselves of that bad energy, or like of whatever they're thinking about that's not, going right, and what they need to do about it. And you get really super clear about that. And once you're there, then you're like, oh man, it's because I've been like treating this one person this way, and that's why I kind of feel bad about it, or I need to fix that, or oh man, geez, like I need to get more active, I need to take more walks, I need to like get more physical active, and hey, that's going to improve like a lot of things, right? Or I need to start thinking more positively. I'm so negative, I'm down on myself, I'm down on other people, and I'm just thinking I'm never going to be happy. Keep it, things like that. Check yourself, like figure out where you're at on all of those three things. Figure out the balance, figure out what needs to change, what actually needs to get implemented in your health, in your wealth, and your happiness. And I promise you, if you're capable of actually taking an internal audit of those three things and looking at them really, really specifically and saying, what do I need to do? Then doing it, your life is going to improve dramatically, for sure. The drastic and insane growth and changes in my life have all been directly correlated with this concept. So I'm a testament directly to thinking about your health, wealth, and happiness constantly and making sure that they're all in check. Make it a great day, guys. I'll catch you later. Smash that like button on this video if you got anything out of this. Make sure you're a subscriber as well, and I'll talk to you soon.